take us through the process of what a reading would be like with you. I'm just curious. I know that you do certain things, like you like to identify who it is, provide physical evidence, and tell us about what a reading is like for those who haven't had one.
When a client comes to have a reading with me, they know that they're going to be there for an hour. Usually within about the first 15 minutes of the reading, I will have brought them evidence as to whom I'm communicating with. It won't be the same for every spirit, but I may be able to tell them what the spirit used to look like. Let's say I'm bringing through a husband to his wife. I may be able to tell her what her husband looked like, what his personality was like. I may feel physical symptoms within my own body in a very small way that let me know what kind of problems that he had before he passed. I may have names come through. I may know that he had 3 brothers and that 2 of them are in spirit. There's all different kinds of evidence, and it'll be different for every single reading. But there will be enough evidence that she will know that this is the spirit of her husband. Once we know that this person she has in her mind is the same spirit that I'm communicating with, then I feel I'm justified in bringing the message. I don't like to bring a message from a spirit if I don't know who it is.
Sure.
So we need to identify who is communicating. Once I know that, then I start getting the message from the spirit. How I do this, I don't know. But I just have a feeling about it. I have a gut instinct that this man in spirit wants to say this to his wife, still living. And so then there may be a period of time that's spent on the message. Once I feel that I've given a lot of the message, I will let the client talk to me a little bit more. Up until now, they're not allowed to tell me anything. And if they try to tell me something, I just say, excuse me, and stop them. But once I've identified and brought enough evidence, and once I feel that I brought the message through without having any thoughts in my mind about their relationship, where they lived, or any of that that's been given to me by the client, then I will let the client ask questions, specific questions. They can ask anything they want. If it's outside the bounds of what I think I can work with, I'll tell them. So the second half of the reading is used in many different ways. In some readings, a second communicator may come through. Husbands come through, maybe we get grandmother now. That may take up the rest of the reading. Or the woman may want to spend the whole time communicating with the spirit of her husband, and then use the last 15-20 minutes of the reading just to talk about what happened in the reading and ask questions about whatever didn't come up. So I try to use the time wisely with each client, depending on what their needs are.
How many people in spirit generally show up for a reading per person?
A lot show up. The question is, how many can we talk to?
Right.
I don't like to try to do a reading where, I'm going through, talking to 10 different spirits. I've done it, but it's not a quality reading. It proves that they're all there, but the client doesn't leave feeling very satisfied. So I would prefer to talk with 1, possibly 2, possibly 3 spirits within an hour's reading.
Who gets to choose who those 3 might be?
The first spirit that comes through is just whoever comes through. It may or may not be the spirit that the client wants to hear from the most. But I tell all my clients, no matter who comes through, we have to speak with them because it's only right. If it's not the person that you're hoping for, we don't have to stay with them for long. And I also tell them, looking at it from a selfish point of view, we don't know who that spirit has with them. Because very often the first spirit that comes through is grandfather, who's bringing somebody who has passed more recently. So very often I find in reading, the first spirit brings through the person that they want. If I get halfway through a reading with a client, a private reading, and the spirit that they want has not come through yet, At that point, only if they want to, I'll let them tell me the age of passing and the gender of the person that they're looking for. And that usually does it. Because if they say a 75-year-old man, then I'm not going to pay attention to any images that don't fit that. And I would say most of the time in the last 2 years, I get the person they want. But I still can't guarantee it. And I don't think I should guarantee it, because it's just, we're communicating with another realm. You can't guarantee what's going to happen.